Self-discipline comes from within. It's a desire. It's being able to understand that you got to put the work in and you got to be willing to go further and harder than you've ever gone in your life. You can't depend on all of the mechanical things, the alarm clock, your cell phone, or sometimes even people. Sometimes it's just you. You got to be willing to wake up and be about your business on a daily basis. Let's just say, for example, you're the type of person that can't seem to get away from all of the cravings. You can't do this without this. You can't do this without that. You need your coffee. You can't stop eating chocolate. All of these things you keep saying that you can't do. Well, let me remind you, can't can never do anything for you in the first place. So discipline starts with on getting better, not worse. You should be understanding that, hey, I can't be this same person on a day in, day out type of way. I have got to I got to keep focusing and going further and going harder and going stronger and pushing myself until there's nothing else left to push forward. Everybody doesn't necessarily see what you see. In fact, everybody doesn't want what you want. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't need to go after what you need. And the need is what we need to be focusing on. When you want something, make sure you understand what you want, you may get exactly what you're getting. So sometimes wanting things doesn't necessarily mean that that's for you at the moment. But what you need to do is find that self-resilience, find that self-discipline, and stop making excuses, and stop depending on other people to bail you out. Focus on getting the best of yourself. Focus on hard work. Focus on dedication. Focus on motivation. Utilize everything that you have in front of you. That's right. But you're going to be facing certain challenges. You're trying to figure out what direction you need to go. You're trying to find out who you are, and what you're ultimately made of. And these things are going to happen on a day-to-day basis because when you start your day, you don't really know or understand what's coming. Yeah, sure, you may have a plan. You may know exactly what direction you want to go. But then comes this obstacle. Some type of thing that just got in your way and it completely throws you off. It distracts you. In fact, it makes you scary. And then you don't understand what direction you need to go because you're so used to going one direction. But how do you prepare yourself? How do you get to a point where you can adapt and overcome and yet continue to move forward? These things happen every single day of our lives. But you should not panic. You should not worry. And you should not fall astray. In fact, you should embrace it, understand it, let it build you up, and then fight through it. Understanding the best version of yourself is when you're at your weakest point in your life. When you're ultimately being challenged. When you really don't know what direction to go, but you know you just got to go. It doesn't have to necessarily be handed to you. In fact, it shouldn't be handed to you at all. You should be prepared to fight day in and day out. You should already have on your armor ready to fight, ready to go. Being prepared for whatever may come your way. You don't necessarily want to be put in a position where weakness starts to overcome you. Because once you are blinded with weakness, everything starts to fall. And you'll never be able to overcome that because you're so busy worrying about the things that you cannot control. But if you focus, truly focus within yourself and build up something else, awaken something else that hasn't been woken yet, then you will understand that there's more to you than what you could ever imagine. There's more to you than you've ever dreamed of. But you got to stand on it and you have to believe it. There is a version of all of us. There is something that is unique about all of us. We are constantly evolving as human beings. We cannot remain the same. We cannot stay in the same box. We have got to understand, just like a caterpillar that goes into a cocoon, sooner or later it becomes a butterfly. But you never see that butterfly go back to being a caterpillar. It never gets back on the belly. So what do? You may be moving slow, but you're moving. You may be crawling on the ground, but you're still moving. You may be walking, but you're still moving. And this is the time and the hour you need to understand that this is a good thing. So yes, these challenges are there for us. Yes, this may be some troubling times for not just me, not just you, but the entire world. But yet we are standing. Yet we are above the ground. And yes, there have been people that may have lost their lives. And when you surround yourself with people, make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. Make sure you are understanding that the people that are around you are building you up and not tearing you down. So ladies and gentlemen, the choice is yours. How disciplined are you? Because if you're not disciplined, then there's no business that can be done. So keep moving forward and conduct your business. Well, here it is. A wake-up call. A reality check. A time to realize that it just got real. And there's nothing at this point in time right now you can do about it, except figure out a way how to get through it. Yeah, many people right now are angry, complaining, scared, don't know what to do. Yes, there's something happening right now in our world, in our society. And many people right now just don't know what to do. But remember, there was a time you went about your day without a care in the world. You just did what you had to do. You moved the way you wanted to move. You did what you wanted to do. Now, things have changed. Things just got real. But you have to ask yourself, what's next? What do I do now? What's my next move? Am I going to just complain? Or am I going to just realize that I got to learn to adapt and overcome? Like animals in the world, birds, lions, tigers, all different species of life that are not human, but yet they understand the significance of what it means to survive. Regardless of what they're going through, they still figure out how to survive, how to live, how to move, how to push. But you as a human being, you'll just sit around and complain and work, not knowing exactly what it is to do next. Living is all you can do. Keeping faith, being strong, overcoming adversity, and realizing that, yeah, it's not going to always be a good day, but it's definitely a great day. It's a great day for me to learn about what I am capable of. What am I willing to do? How am I going to push forward instead of pushing back? What's my next decision? What's my next path? What direction am I going? Because what's surrounding me doesn't necessarily mean that it's breaking me to a point where I can't function. You have to have the ability to understand
that if you don't build up something, it will never have true foundation. It will never have balance. It will never understand purpose. There won't be any purpose to it because you're too busy being what you think you ought to be instead of knowing what you need to be. This is a reality check. This is the time to find out what you can do, how you can get above it, how you can go beyond it, how you can look up to the sky instead of looking down at the dirt. This is that opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid now. Be strong. Don't be weak. Be powerful. Don't worry about the things you cannot control. Make the most of what you have. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. Think you bad? How bad do you really think you are? Are you really bad enough to you? You have to be willing to be hungry enough to understand that if this is something that you are truly going after, then work has to be applied. You can't make excuses. You can't ask for a pass. And you got to understand that you got to pay a toll to cross the bridge. If you're not willing to do that, then these things that you are chasing, sooner or later, it'll get further away from you, and you won't even have the speed or the capacity to go after it the right way. So discipline is a foundation to life. Discipline is a foundation